So here we are getting a D16 watt Z6 ready to go in the car, and I'm just sanding the valve cover that's off of it and painting it because I'm going to do valve cover gasket, timing belt, water pump, oil pan gasket, clean the motor, pressure wash it up, make sure it's real nice, because we don't want no garbage looking motor in a car that I'm about to do all kinds of nice stuff to. So we're gonna make it look good. Basically what I did is I just kind of like wire wheeled it down and then sanded it a little bit. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be better, right? This is budget, this isn't perfection. So let me show you the paint I got. Someone just came and bought upper control arms and the rear control arms on this thing, and now it's completely slammed and cambered. Yo. Anyway, here we go. That's all primed, so I'm gonna do the other two coats of red and white now. I forgot to mention I scored a set of billet aluminum and polyurethane mounts this morning with the post mount that I need. So like after I do like valve cover, clean the motor, gaskets and like timing belt, water pump, all that stuff, I'll be able to put the motor in a couple days. So this is going pretty well. Well, here we are, and now I'm taking all the stuff out of the EG so I can make room for all the stuff that came out of the EK, like all the wiring harnesses, the dash, all that stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. You see this whole fuse box, the whole wiring harness for all the headlights, all over here, the body harness there. I gotta come over here and take the dash out. And yeah, all this stuff's gotta come out. So a lot of stuff going on, but we're gonna get it done. Big massive update. The whole harnesses of everything on this car and dash and AC stuff and everything is all out. It's for sale if you need any of it. I'm starting to lay the other stuff in here. I got the mid chassis harness here. Grounds, I had to splice those in. I got the fuel pump wire laid there. That's what I'm going to splice in the body harness for tail lights. This is all laid up here. I'm going to loom this soon. And yeah, so I'm going to come in here and vacuum a bunch of this stuff out and pressure wash the engine bay before I start putting the other shit in here. Almost just fell there. But yeah, about to lay the engine harness in here, but I want to pressure wash all this first. Well, I just got done pressure washing the engine bay and the bottom side of the hood. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. So, yes. Now comes the monotonous part of putting this underneath the EG dash. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna start getting it all tucked up in there, and then I will show you guys what it looks like. So this is a big pain in the ass. I'm sure most of you could assume that this is a pain in the ass, but let me show you how much of a pain in the ass it has been. So I had to change out the ignition switch from the EK, which goes directly into the column here, or the actual switch, and plugs right into where it's supposed to. Fuse box is jammed up in there the best way I could so I could still get clutch travel. OED2 port, ooh. And yeah, so I kind of just mocked that up over here, the AC box. It's only got like one screw in it. Because I still got to get all the dash harness stuff up in here and get it all tied up where it needs to go, because there's a bunch of connectors down here. There's like 3 or 4 of them stuffed up in there that plug into the dash harness that obviously isn't in here yet because the dash is not in the car. So that's the next step, is dash. But I also got to get the engine in, to get the engine harness in over there on the other side of the AC box, which is this harness over here, because this harness goes through the firewall also, because it plugs into the ECU. So kind of at a stalemate. I'm probably going to put the dash on that I have to modify. I haven't done that yet either. So probably going to give up for today and get at it again tomorrow. So yeah, going to give up for tonight, pack it in. I got tons of shit to clean up. As you can see, I got garbage literally everywhere. Harnesses laying on the floor back over there. And yeah, just junk everywhere. So got a lot of progress done. Cleaned it, stuffed the harness in where it is. Just kind of learning as I go, trying to figure this stuff out. Oh, I forgot I put the fuel pump in too. All that wiring is the same exact wiring as the EK. So EG and EK wiring for fuel pump is the same. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't come in here earlier and look at this, because it would have saved me a lot of confusion, because I was like, where the hell do 2 or 3 of these plugs go? And yeah, here they are right here. They go right in here. And that right there is an EK dash in a EG. There's the door. It'll have plenty of room for door panel and everything. I have the whole radio bezel. I got the airbag right there. But that's gonna look really cool when it's done. It's gonna look nice and modern. Let's go look at it from the other side. Oh yeah, it fits perfect. It fits perfect, like perfect. All along the roof, the windshield up front there, it fits good. That one bolt is kind of a pain, it barely grabs it, but it's on there. It lines up perfectly down there. Just kind of twist it a little bit, but it's got one bolt right there. And that bolt lines up with the EG column. After you switch the EK ignition switch, it'll work with the EG key. Bolts right in there. I gotta tuck all that up in there and make a mounting plate, but I have all the bottom trim and everything in here to make this full section here look like an EK. I just slapped this all in here real quick, just kind of setting it in there. But yeah, that's gonna look really good. So if I had to do a quick walkthrough on how to put an EK dash in an EG, basically you take an EK dash out, you got the metal bar that is a support bar off of it, cut everything off from right here all the way over on the EK dash, because the EG dash has a factory mount right here that only goes like a loop to down here. So when you put the EK dash in here, it bolts there, up there, and then over there. And then boom, EK dash is in here. It's a little flimsy, but I think it looks better. Then you can get cup holders and then this little thing and then whatever. You gotta make a little mount back here for this because it's got no screw holes, but whatever. I got the radio harness, but this is a lot of work. Please don't do this. I'm only doing this because I'm cheap and I'm trying to do things on a budget. If you weren't trying to do what I'm doing, do not do this. It's a day or so later and I got all the rest of the Civic parts off that I needed, so it's getting picked up by a junkyard today. Whoever, I don't know, called some random dude off Marketplace. So he picks up junk cars. I said, come get this pile of crap out of my garage, and he said, okay. So it's gonna be gone here soon, and then I'm gonna get the EG in here and start heavily working on it, because as you can see, it's hot and I'm sweaty and I wanna work in shade, not in the sun. So I'm gonna try to get that done as quick as possible and get it in here so I can get that car off my property. I got this intake pipe that I found in the back of the donor Civic that's got some weird kind of corrosion on the probably Chinesium aluminum that's here. I'm just gonna try to wire wheel it up, make it look better, because the other one is completely destroyed and gross. So I don't think there's any saving that one, but there might be saving this one. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I hit it with the wire wheel and arguably worse. It's more shiny now, but it looks like just straight up garbage. That's what it's gonna look like coming out the motor to the air filter, but yeah. Could probably use a new one of these, but remember, budget build. Well, I really would love to get this motor ready to go in the car like now, but I still need to order like $200 worth of parts, like valve cover, timing belt, water pump, plugs, oil pan gasket, and get some purple power, mix it up and clean the block so it's nice and not covered in oil. But you know, all that stuff costs money, and I'm running a little bit low on that. That's why this is a budget build, because I'm on a budget, just like everyone else. Well, that's what it's gonna look like in the car, which is pretty cool. Nice and shiny. But yeah, I wanna do a lot about this, all this garbage grossness that is everywhere. So yeah, I need to pressure wash this and get all that the heck off. It's gross. Well, here it is, it's gone. It's giving me all its life. Now it's gonna go to car hell. So with some slave labor help from my lawn guy, who is also my father, I got this pushed in here. So let's get cracking on some stuff I want to remove and get out of here and just clean up the engine bay overall to make it nicer for when I get the motor in there. All right, so I mean, I pressure washed the engine bay the other day and it looks pretty good in here. I mean, this stuff I couldn't get off, but I think that's like factory sealing stuff, but I don't know, and a bunch of whatever this is. But you know, the parts that you're gonna see look pretty okay. I don't think I'm gonna paint it. I think I'm just going to send it the way it is, and yeah, that's gonna be good enough. So I'm gonna take out this, these, and a few other lines and garbage that don't need to be in here because that's all emissions garbage and I don't need it. All right, so I'm sitting down here with the motor and I'm looking at the motor mounts. I have the EG driver side mount, and then I have the trans mount for the, I guess it's called the S20 trans that goes with the 5-speed, with the D15 that goes with the EG. This transmission is an S40, which is the 99 to 2000, I'm pretty sure, the EK trans. Well, I gotta change these mounts. Check this out. So I was looking at this and I was like, oh, this is behind the plastic cover. Didn't realize that it had 2 strategic bolt holes, so you can take this out without taking the crank pulley and this cover and everything off, and that's pretty nice. And I was wrong when I was saying that this thing didn't have a belt on it in my first video, because the power steering, I'm retarded. The timing belt runs the water pump, and this did have an alternator belt to charge it, just didn't have an AC belt. AC compressor doesn't sound very good. I'm gonna be taking that off because we don't have AC components yet. I was wrong. This is some sort of pulley in the timing belt area. Fuck you, Honda. They trick you with this one and they make you think that one's not, but no. When I gotta pull this off. It came off. Come on, give it to me. Ah, there it is. Little tiny little keyway in there. Do not lose that. Yeah, the bolt that sticks to the cover is this one. And it's the tensioner. So yeah, pretty neat. Well, I don't know why they would just not hide that. Why would they hide these two? And I mean, show this one, hide this one, and then show this one. What's the point? So if I were doing a timing belt on this motor right now, I don't know if you could see that little notch right there. It looks like a chip in the gear, but it's not. That notch right there needs to be lined up with this little notch, needs to be pointing to this notch, and these two have to be even with the valve cover surface. Basically like that. It's a little off right now, but you get what I'm trying to say, like that. Perfect. But yeah, and then you would untime it, put a new timing belt on it, new water pump, and then throw it all back together, and then you would have a brand new timing belt, ready to go motor. But I'm not doing that. I'm just changing this mount because I'm broke and I can't afford shit right now. Make sure you don't forget this little tiny keyway, because if you do, you will have a bad time. Don't stick it up this way because that's wrong. So lay it down flat like that, and it's going to line up in here. Wait, no, maybe not. I don't know, it's gonna line up in here somehow. This needs to be like that. But yeah, you line it up in there, you put that on there, you're good to go. Boom, just like that. You put the front cover on, slide this on there, make sure your pin, your dowel pin is up in there right, and then you're good to go to put the crank bolt back in. And then always start it finger by finger, or you know, like put your finger on the socket like this and start it like this, you know, like good halfway, and then either snug it up or whatever you want to do, and then install the tool. Where's it at? In my face, right in front of me. Where's it at? There it is. Holds the crank. I'll obviously put it on this first. And here, okay. Nice and tight. Make sure when you're doing it, you tighten the plastic cover bolts before you put this on, because then you have to take it off again and do it again a second time. So make sure you don't do that. Third time's the charm, right? And it looks really good now, yeah. Ta-da, other than that, and then that, and all that garbage, grossness. That all looks terrible, but at least the motor mount looks pretty cool. Nice and painted black. Now I'm gonna move on to this back one. Remove that one and put this one in its place. It goes like this. In the back, bolts to the subframe. Back here, like this. Boom. And then next I'm gonna put this one on the trans. And then it'll be ready to go in. So I just got done pressure washing the motor, and I'm covered in grease and junk, but it looks a lot better. It's not black on the entire front of it, so I think it's better than, you know, grease. So let me show you some up close so you can see that it's still kind of dirty, but it's better. So like the head came out pretty good and got most of it off, but like down in here behind there, it's still gunked up. Like no matter how hard I sprayed that stuff with the pressure washer that I have, it just wouldn't really come off. But you know, it looks better from like over here, and then when you pop the hood, it's gonna look better. So that's cool. At least the valve cover looks nice. The distributor's nice and corroded still. But maybe I'll be able to shine some of that stuff up later. But for now, it looks pretty good. Thanks guys for watching part 3, and I hope you liked it. Please, if you did like it, hit subscribe. If you see anything I did that was dumb, or you have any suggestions of something I should do, put it in the comments. I will respond. And yeah, follow me on my Instagram at Mr. Big Wang. And yeah, DM me there. We talk about cars and stuff there too. So thanks for watching. See you later.
Life is this. I like this.